I began to wonder how one could quantitatively measure the effectiveness of a shielding device to prevent RF energy from reaching a receiver. So I found this device right here. It's called an AD8318. The data sheet says that it receives, that it'll give a linear voltage output for devices that are sending out anywhere between 1 megahertz and 6 gigahertz, which is a very broad range. Then I'm taking that voltage output, feeding it into an Arduino Nano, and then measuring that output via USB to the laptop, as well as lighting up some LEDs when different levels of power are recognized. So I'm driving the circuit using a 2-cell lithium polymer battery, and that's powering the AD8318, as well as the output lines on the Arduino Nano. And then I also have my USB port plugged into my laptop so that I can read data coming off of the Arduino Nano. We see one LED is lit up here. That's just ambient RF noise in the area. But if I give it an input, I will see values that light up the LED.
There's a program that I've written that reads the voltage output from the Arduino Nano, and I have it plotting in the background here. So it's plotting the values. There's 3 of them. It's taking a window and giving me an average, as well as the high and low values within that window. So I've got 3 different lines here representing high, low, and average. They're all falling somewhere between 430 and 440, with some dropouts being down lower. So now I can also see the numerical data. So if I close the window for the plot, I can also get outputs that show me what those numerical values are. So now if I look at the plot here, I see that there's really nothing much happening, and I only have the one LED lit up on my board. If I now turn on my transmitter, so this is just a way to give me some RF
Welcome
signal.
to OpenTX.
So as soon as I press this to say actually turn on, now I get my LEDs lighting up, and I also get this activity over here. So I see that I have values that are comparatively low. They're down below 300, closer to 220 or 240, 250. So those values show that I'm actually seeing some RF activity. Now as I move the transmitter further away, I see that some of these will drop off, but if I get very close, then I get them all to light up. What happens if I leave my transmitter here and I take a piece of aluminum foil to try to shield it? I see that I do get some of the lights to turn off. And then they light back up when I take the tinfoil away. And then as soon as I turn off my transmitter, I've got back to my ambient situation. So I've got very little RF activity. So this is a way to quantitatively come up with what the numbers are that represent how much RF your receiver is actually picking up, and could be used to determine how good your shielding is doing.